Little jump spot for Wasso Peak.
Never get tired of it.
He's seen anything.
He shouldn't.
He certainly heard it.
Now he will. Popping off on that clock. We started it. Rather, we ended it on Dust 2 with VSM. We started on Mirage with him right the hot hand in this bomb site. And it's Demoni that's going to get it. VSM has found not a nothing here. But the bomb needs to be on par for this. That's the most important cue. And now it's going to go all the way forward. And is a just meet on it. I was about to call out the man advantage. It's not happening. 3v3 upon that banner, and Martinez is trying to spar back. This is where the connection is made and cuts. That's exactly what happens. He is put out of the round, Vincent. It is all on Misfit here with the HP.
Yeah, he takes first contact. Alboni going to hit the second contact, and now Martinez is all alone. He's got the one low HP bar that you mentioned, but not a lot of time to work with. There's no kit currently, and I don't think that one's dropped in the open either. Big missed shot, but time expired by this point. Doesn't matter who hits the shot, Misfit finally will, but the round was secured nonetheless.
I was going to make this comment.
He's over on CT. He's about to get tested, and the fact that he's glass cannon is maybe going to be problematic considering all the utility about to fly at him.
To fly at him, ready to go. Here goes that smoke. It's going to be deeper into the bomb site, ready for Delboni, who's taking a lot of contact to try and see through a Soaring Eagle. Martinez from CT is going to be getting Delboni somehow, some way.
I mean, surely he wasn't actually in the air. I think he was just jumping up
Kill
onto
feed
the
don't
top
lie,
of
buddy.
ticket.
Kill feed don't lie.
I don't know what's lying to me now. 5v4, though. It's a big advantage. Flamengo in pretty decent post-plant positioning, but Max is actually such a critical piece to this.
Cuts with a great shot. There is Max where you were talking about on that flank, and it pays off. Martinez has to work real hard. Max, no defuse for you. That part is done by the Romanian. It will be the first on the board for 9Z.
You got a jungler connector. There's really no other questions, or no other options, excuse me, for Flamengo once they have taken the A site and they have 5 or 4 players alive.
In this long range, he is looking good today. You can tell. I guess that little break between these series didn't affect him after all. We'll see if that ages well, because there is just a close miss on the bomb site, and the Spaniard is just going to be allotting them the space they deserve. This is a part of the plan. This is a part of the trap. It's trying to get that all the way least out, but Molotov to go past. Flamengo have had trouble planting this bomb, and right here, it's trying to find the confidence to do so. Cuts to get this at the back of triple, and now officially the post plan on.
How about again from Max? He's coming on the fast flank to ramp once more, and they've got him somewhat contained. Jungle is theirs, but everything else, it's for the CTs to play with.
So up top, gotta go back and forth, and there is Lucan making it look so easy. The Boney up top, yeah, run and hide away, because the last time you died on this A-bomb site, it was to a flying AWP. That's the stuff of fairy tales. 9Z. This is nothing but 4 up on it. Lucan the only casualty, and you're back to a tied game. Zaboni to get this look. Adam is going to be smoked out. He may start to see the shoulders of VSM, but now they're going to be so lined up. Easy 2 kills, or so they say. Zaboni gets that kill all the way forward, and this A site is going to be concerned about this into ladder, but they got to be concerned about what's close. What's close is a P250 that is going to be doing a whole hell of a lot, but this is a good timing for Lucan to stab. It is back-to-back multi-kills on A for Lucan until Cuts has something to say about it. The Spaniard back to go ahead in space, and Bomb is going to go down here. Maybe to stop it. Can't go too far. Which way does Cuts pass? And that will be a lifeline. Now with the spotting onto Martinez.
He's got a kit. He's got a smoke. He's got a flash. That's all that he has to work with. Cuts stepping forward, maybe a little bit concerning, but he's just tucked for now. No need to peek until Martinez forces the issue.
Smoke and flash. VSM, this should be cake for him if Cuts can't get it done. But he gets his slice from CT after all. Better not be Cut showing first. He is alone. They're just waiting for this to go out from under. And what a timing, Max. Now gonna have to go back. He sees ahead and cracks it. This is such good stuff for him to just disappear. May have to be careful of ladder. This is terrible. You see how these timings unfold, and now the repeat. Max still sticking around, and it is a backstab. You can't fully land the blade. The stab is through the smallest of the two daggers. Gets the USP, and down to Boney all alone. Swaps to the AK, but I think position known out to Max, but Max is going the long way round to get this positioning back in CT.
It's a little bit scary that they're separating. That being said, Delboni has some utility as well, so might be able to chop up some of these fights. He'll certainly never be expecting Max to fully reposition to CT. So if he goes back to A, that's exactly what's going to happen. Back is turned, and he turns in time. Uh-oh, for Max. Wasso's got to get into the mix, and eventually he gets there just in time to save the day. A little bit of a struggle there for Max on the spray. Twice over in that round, but he still hits the ones that matter to give 9Z the victory.
You know, we were having around this was so much to VSM. Some viewers might be going, well, who's the other rifle that's going to step up? Well, I know that, they're very happy to get Delboni, a guy with a lot of experience, onto this roster, but here he's really toting it well. And Dinoco, also with that rain, they're getting this bomb down Vincent, and at a certain point, you have to get this done. Why knife when you can just get that done? No flank for Adam S to go now, surely.
Yeah, I mean, they've been so constant. I feel like Flamengo, getting pressured by 9Z up top mid. I don't know how exactly VSM slipped that gap because Adam S was in top mid for so long, but he gets up underpass clearly and finds a way into ladder without being heard. That's a huge oversight. Oh, that's bad news. Damage, though, on a Dinoco. Gonna give him 1 kill, Adam. We'll take that. And Guts does survive.
So, people doctored it up. I think, there's a character in, video game high school called The Law. I think people, always associated with him, The Law. Stan stands out so well. It's not actually the name. It's not actually his name.
Gotta do your research. That's the answer. Big frag from Adam S to get off the rip. And Max set up for success there. That first contact from Martinez allows him to get the freebie. Now eyes all on set to Lucan, but Misfit had his eyes locked onto that lane. Gonna have to be some big moments here from Wasso and from Adam to claw this back.
Yeah, shoddy start they have had, but a lot better of a turnaround that Misfit has put up. But a lot of this has been on the rifle. Need to see him sparring quite successfully on this op, and this is now a track in the way down. The problem is here, no kit, but I mean a clue about where the setup is. And now spotting onto both of these players, Adam S knows the nail on this op, runs to the bomb, and has a more than enough time for the 10-second defuse. 9Z got to get their hands dirty, but these are the type of rounds that 9Z wins, or the tough ones that they have to go ahead and steal from Flamengo back. That is going to feel good for their CT side finally.
So if you thought it couldn't get worse for 9Z, you are mistaken and corrected with their input into this round. Okay. Just a random couple of dinks.
One step at a time. Gets the shoulder press for it. And I mean, it's these tags coming up that will add up. There's the headshot. And now all you've got to work with is that angle back into apartments. This is 7-5. And it's cashed out. It is just ready to be cleaned. And Dinoco can still go ahead and grab this, but I mean, would have to put up an MVP Cold Zera-like clutch on the site. 9Z, they go ahead and grab that 5. It's not what they prefer. Yeah, I remember tuning into the beginning of the Game Hunter series and listening to Nexus and CMD, bring up the Great Heights, the former Tier 1 title that 9Z had. I mean, time keeps going by, and then it's right by your head. You're wondering, where did that 9Z go? Well, they're back in this Thunderpick trying to earn a title like that. Your Ghost cuts from the back of this bomb site, looking pristine with this USB. This Mirage going one way, unfortunately 9Z going the other. Martinez 1v4 here and has to go and fight for his life at the missile pillar. But I think he might be blasted off into a nuke soon. This thing is flying by fast.
And if the bomb that Martinez has on his back ends up going mid to B, or mid to A, excuse me, they might be in trouble. Because that's what it looks like.
Good step back on that. Drops it with that ball, and Sal, Molotovs. It's a bit of a stack here on A. They're starting to kind of bug back. Get that positioning up on Cat where it belongs. And now you're going to see into Dinoco, who's just left alone here, rather cuts on B. This is perfect positioning for Cuts right now. Literally looking for the spotting on this. He just spotted. Now he is trying to take a fight. Enough time purchased for VSM. But how often is that the result? How often is it just Adam wiping him off the board? So now you got to get this bomb down. Chasing it to the back of the site right here. Flamengo are still right on top of you. And you have one more Molotov left in the set. And it's just been used right on this window to go. There is so much pressure being pushed back right here. And now it is just contact made onto Cat, but it's an MP9. It's still causing trouble though, and Hassau, he's taking it personally. He's got that down to a 1v2 clutch, and the spray is spectacular. He has that all the way on. 9Z, they needed a little rev in the engine. They got it at a Hassau peak.
You know, just being a threat, like getting his kill and then staying alive for a little bit longer. It's thanks to Hassau Peak that there's even a chance that that thing, it would have been a 1-on-3, but he takes down the Cat push and then finds that spray transfer to win them the round.
Noko with a great couple to grab. This is a brutal round. This is a blood sport effort by 9Z. Just literally trying to scrape through into the bomb site and take the space necessary to get this plant. It's a clear one. It is secure onto default right now. And Flamengo, how do they call this one back? Is it Cuts that will go for a bit of a rotation? That's going to take all day. He's going to get to the bottom of Con, and now he's likely going to circle back, separated from the rest of his group. It's 9Z, that bat to 7. That's all they needed was a little bit of adrenaline in the veins, and they got that out of their Chilean.
Looking got up mid so fast last round. I think they were hoping they're just going to like sprint up mid, and then this A play is going to come in, and it's a surprise. That's not what's happening.
The flashes are so good for Dinoco. And actually, him and Max, they just go by. Can't find anything up here. Oh, what a kill by Lukin. That is going to be soul-crushing. Get another kill right out on the bomb site. Flamengo now just dishing, and it's like a tactical nuke that's flying the way of Jungle. So much utility they are putting into that fray. And here goes Cuts. This is the last line of defense within CT. And you're just going to go one after the next. VSM, attempt to 1v5. It'll be bringing it to the grave with you. Your hopes and desires. 9Z were once very much within the back seat. I wonder where their heads are exactly at for the finish.
Oh, lovely call. It's just a fast B play. Once again, out on an island is Cuts. And he's about to get isolated. Oh, it's not pretty, but it's a kill anyway.
And now Max, he's going to be taking his turn, his call up Cat anyway. It's looking beautiful. One stroke across the canvas more, and this will be a masterpiece out of 9Z. This is the top of Group A. Now they put the crown on the heads to do it. The first notch in this series versus Flamengo. They just had a 2-0 versus Keed Stars that was a little bit tenured, and a reason where the skits T&Cs now out of market door, and you can't bring that out of the store without paying the toll to 9Z right here. It's 1-0 up in the series here at Vincent. They go up to Nuke with confidence.
No kit here for Flamengo.
Ooh, and look at this call from Max. This is an easy call from Max. It's just a wrap here, but Dinoco, you can't call around this. You simply have to follow the protocols and get these entries out in the proper fashion, all down to the Chilean, and no longer it's Flamengo that rip into Nuke.
Once they got the guns out.
Yeah.
Up until that point, it was like sort of more questionable. The guns out and they're ready to roll. And they're going to change it up, right? It was about that A play. Now they get the smokes out, and I really love how fast this swing is, just trying to catch off anyone throwing that exact nade that we just saw. That's a lovely reaction from 9Z.
AdamS sees the hop
that
back.
We've come to expect.
They have a lot of info about A so far, Vincent, and they are going to carry on alongside it, carry it out. And with that player seen back to the vent, it's got to be 2 players on A here to measure up, even with the casualties that have dropped. That's why they take their time. Got to get a couple of smokes to fade as well. That does help, but it should be an easy entry here on the Guts, and it is. Now to just sneak out of the hut, they've got a Molotov for that, so somebody signed up for the job. This will be 9Z grabbing their first round. And not the real MP9 duo showing up. Thought there could have been a bit of a timing out of the vent, but not today.
No, it kind of seemed like there could have been, to be honest, but so I was right there with you. Thought looking about to step forward and said he wants a bad molly for some reason.
Need the super molly, man. In a way, does have like really big performances. I think even, it's going to take that energy to just, take that to the next level. You're going to need to, I think, get that begged upon. A start like this for Dinoco will, suggest big things. So I think you're going to be within that tally and hopeful for it. There's Dinoco, just finds that, and they look at both sides of the smokes. That is excellent work by Flamengo, putting up a defense to this A crawl.
Yeah, what a adjustment to make. It's not even like, obviously that position gets exploited last round, but it's not from that, not in that fashion, right? 9Z, they boost over the top of red, and they're catching someone. They look back too, man. They look good right now, 9Z. Before we left, they saved a couple of rifles to get this buyout, and Huaso with a fantastic opener.
Ooh.
Looking like more
Oh my gosh.
of that. How's he
Pull out
alive?
that knife. Pull out that knife at the vent. You might have to finish the job that way. They've lost the Bloney. And they will find him eventually. Who will see this 8-4 first? This is just ridiculous seeing it in the X-ray. This is so crazy that it actually sends them back. That double entry would likely have seen to the source. And, I mean, this bomb up close, that's not going to work well for you. Misfit double dips, and he gets 2 out of that. And this is disaster for 9Z after they got beautiful entries on A and just couldn't finish the job on a disappearing Dobloni. They're not completely out of this. But the bomb is literally in no man's land. Scratch that, it is in Flamengo's land.
Oh, he thought he would dot vent. He's got a molly too, man. He's got a molly too.
Yeah, with 22 seconds left. Not enough. Not enough. Film on the reel to net this in. A 4th recording up for Flamengo. Maybe one more footnote in the round. And we box him out. Is it clear enough? Could have been as day if AdamS was closer. It'll be a 4th for Flamengo. See if you can hook back one from Mirage. Looking for it. Cuts actually makes the contact, and Cuts thinks he's in trouble. Knows all of this relies on the bodies. All of them up. The numbers to push back against 9Z, who are interested in going down B, but now have been brought to a halt by that smoke.
Yeah, VSM's the only one down there on the B site proper. Big defenses set up at A as well. If they do, actually pivot back to A proper, which is kind of what it looks like, even though the bomb's still down on B, they could run up vent. Yeah, Max is here, ready to do that. There's going to be way more resistance than they really were thinking.
Trying to get those entries back on 8 again, but it's literally been all good until they've had to deal with somebody right back behind the site, until the Chilean to just spark another lay for 9Z. After his clutch on Mirage, they closed out the map. Would have to get a 4K to put it on tap, and it's the most dangerous member of Flamengo to go ahead and just bear your challenge. Taps on the bomb once, and it is an instant execution for Hostile Peak. It's a 1v3, and he cashes in to grab the op. This T side just got jump-started. Max to go. He's trying to fold with the Mac 10. Flash to go a bit deeper. Now Max around that corner, spams in that clip, knows that somebody is ahead in blind. Zaboni does it, has a good kill, and now this is the start for Flamengo. Add one more upon it. There's Misfit that punishes. With the MP9s, with the crafty buy, it won't stop them from still getting a bit of respect, Vinny.
Flamengo can't indulge. They need to just hang tight with outside. There's no point in continuing to push there. There's no point in looking for information. They've got everything correct. Now they let the lower player in VSM start to give them that information.
Martinez gets that onto Misfit. One click with the op and he's gone into this lower bomb site. Come on, they got to hold on to a round at some point with these rifles and not have it just go. This is all handed for them by the clutch that came out of the 1v3 in the site. VSM finds that. How? It's perfect through the smoke. And you're going to get one more approach. So you got to hit one shot in the collateral out of the Spaniard. It is Martinez that brings 3 to 9Z.
Yikes.
Ramp, not the interest so much after that little inkling. Here they go. Around this Molotov, it's going to be rough. But there's a couple more here at A, and just trying to avoid this. That Molotov, you know it's so tricky at the top of Hut, getting that finally out. And Daboni, just here at the back of the bomb site, has been ultra successful. Got a quick turn and burn on the VSM. A triple out of Adam S as he leaves his signature across this 4th round.
Yeah, but there's a double up here. Got
They
some
just
rats on
fluff a
one
molly
side.
in trophy room? Yeah.
They sure
Not
did.
great. Not great.
Lucan, who struggled on some entries here, does pick up Misfit. So at least that available to them. I really hope they don't go ramp because I think that this is a trap that Flamengo can activate.
To the A
That's the
site.
right call.
Yeah, face their demons of Dinoco from that pistol. It's an awkward look at the top of triple, and now you're going to be chasing that down. It's gone off of Tetris. One more block in front of 9Z, but removed from the bomb site. Back into lobby is the problem. It's a thorn in the side that VSM absolutely feels as he comes back from ramp, steals a rifle in 30 seconds. They have to find the comfortability to put this bomb down. They are so spooked.
I mean, they should be, but the answer is that Flamengo aren't necessarily interested in going for this. I say that, actually. Bunny has regrouped with VSM. They both have AKs. Oh, in the op, I would have considered this a good position, but they're in trouble. All right. No kid, at least.
But at this point, you just got to actually recycle over that matter. Just saw a collateral out of that cannon. Can it just be netted together in the same type of double? Doesn't line up. They're just so close. That round takes a full 2. Obviously, that being a factor here, I think kind of, seen out of what? We kind of tech paused for a little bit after 4 rounds. Took a bit of a break from it. I think that definitely fluffed some of the energy for Flamengo, but it's all kind of just nonsense with that. We need to see them step it up, and that's how. It's a big kill from Cuts. And there is carried over from the mini player.
I mean, a big moment, that's for sure. Able to stall them out. 5-on-3 now, Flamengo, but Cuts is isolated again. That's a little bit too much being done by Cuts in my book.
Giving over that 5 versus 3, dwindles it down to 4. This would be a spoiling round and poetic to feel so. The SM still sparring, has got a great shot, and it's Team Molotov to try and deny any easy bomb plant. All of this is coming from the ramp, so Adam S is not really going to be too terribly great of a help here. With no flanking time, the greatest help is what is on his belt. He's got 3 nades, but look at how much space is taken. This is suffocating, and right here, they're not going to have any business going down to B. 40-second save here for Adam S.
Yeah. No chance at much of anything when the bomb is down. 2 sets of smokes. First set in stone. Now, they look to crawl across.
To fight Garage?
Moretz,
No,
who's
right
under.
in the credits. I think that might have been a mistake by Martinez, but you need to split this pack somehow. You have to get context, and there is Lucan just doing that. Big kills out here on the crawl, and now they're just not confident about this next step. It is space that they are likely going to have to take in a mini, but this Opper is still looking. The more mobile Misfit is, I think the larger margin of error you could find on a spot like this, but it is a great light that he's going to have on a mini, and the Pony like that is going to try and just cut this off himself. This AK is looking clean. Misfit finally gets this through, but it is Lucan that is going to have to step on it. 1v1 has operated for a minute without this information, but Dinoco is expecting the play from A, forgot about the window out of lockers, and has a great angle. That should be Flamengo's round. You could argue been more consistent within this series altogether. Now they're going to be having to track back across to a lower bomb site. Vincent, 2Mac tends to lead the way.
Yeah, I guess who it is in defense. VSM stepping forward first and foremost. He's now gotten across over to Buttons, cuts caught and removed, but now it's even harder. VSM, he still does it. They called in the support. Down the vent ×2. Misfit smoked, and Lucan handling Delboni as they move forward. Misfit up ahead, but I don't think Martinez spotted him. Adam is bested Dinoco, and now Misfit. Oh, the flick not there, but surely a trade. Lucan gets there in time, and it's a triple kill from Lucan in that recovery we were so looking for. But, and that's, triple kills plus. I'm talking not even just, double. Now it's a more comfortable Nuke CT side.
Max walking this way, trying to get this tap on, and Max does have a great headshot, wanting to continue. He does have that gun, and SLP gets a great shot. That is one up above the middle of the pack, and he will continue to stack. That has to get one more higher to just try and best Dinoco, but while we're keeping track of these records, while we're keeping track of it all, this has gone back in front of the faces of 9Z, but Lucan has got that, and he's got cover. That means all of the anxiety is coming back at VSM, but he is sharp. He is just going to be the most potent point of Flamengo at every turn. It's a 4K for VSM, who had an ace that finished off the Keystars right before we lost into this series.
A 5-on-4 to very begin that round. They had the right players, the right numbers over on the A-bomb site in Flamengo. VSM still delivered. Incredible stuff from individuals, but Martinez isn't done with you yet. First attempt, and it falls right there. Oh, Adam. Adam is nasty position.
And for more attention, he will grab all this chaos through. I'm not loving this. Not loving this from Lucan, pushing the envelope too far. They wanted to try and bag a bit more outside right here. It's going to take a couple more tags. I mean, that's just absolutely the truth. Back up towards A right now. Obvious play going to be the mini wrap, but I think that 9Z are going to be trying to guard for a bit more than this. It is pristine out of Martinez, who relocates. The Spaniard has been so spontaneous tonight, and here with that next step, not guaranteed. It's a 2v2 that VSM puts us through.
I think Wasser's about to find an AK potentially. Actually, it doesn't matter now. He's been made known. Misfit spotted. This is a little complicated. Now they can go down B. Misfit's got no issue. Just getting this bomb planted with nothing in opposition. Hearing Max drop. Also, far away. VSM's on the flank. He's got to speed this up.
The Chilean saying, hey, I'm here too. But Max is the one getting the kill. VSM used to this feeling. Just had to complete a 1v1 playing bodyguard upon it, and VSM hasn't given it the look that it deserves. It's Max that flies off the bomb and gets that kill himself. Has to do it the way he wants. The IGL of 9Z pulls up his team by the bootstraps to 8. There's a smoke down, and Cuts does feel a bit lenient towards this part of the map, but it's Martinez here, the only man you don't want to see. Cashed in for 1, and somehow gets away unscathed. Gets away where there's a rotation that will not come through J-Hall. That is the issue, leaving open the Heaven wrap, and there currently seems to be Hassau getting boxed out with VSM ready to go and pay attention to this. Lucan if he finds this back all the way cutting back up, Moretz would really feel all the dread in the rest of this call.
I really like this reaction from Luke, and you know, it's gaining back ground. They had lost. Oh, it's a tough fight for Wasselt. Very tough indeed. Martinez joins the A site too.
All three of them, right here. Martinez, where is he going to look this up? They're going to be just jumping out of heaven. Lucan thinking otherwise. Got to keep it all in mind right now. This is the way that Flamengo need to go, and it's on a very poignant dime for it. Flash out, and Martinez misses first, and they trade. Max now has to do it himself and can't connect. The Argentinian alone will see into a 7th for Flamengo. Enough money to go here. I would say give it a chance, but...
No. Yeah, they get down, but Adam S still in a good position to maybe take back advantage. Max comes down to the B bomb site as well. He's going to first contact.
The rush downstairs. Max stays where he is the most comfortable. Lucan aggressive. One frag is not good enough. This bomb about to go down. You're not going to be able to rotate back through. This has to be a successful fight. Why not take the 1v1? And why not go for that stabbing trade? One more player to try and separate from 9Z in 11 rounds. It's a misfit on this op. One tap upon it. And now Adam S, who's been patiently waiting for a flank opportunity, cashes in. Hassau Peak with the defuse. 9Z have a tough one, but a good one.
I'm going to call it a boneheaded mistake, to be honest, where he's fighting alone, where he's not with his team, and he's not in a position where his team can trade off of him. They're very fortunate that that wasn't a problem. Otherwise, though, a fantastic round.
Martinez got a great shot on the misfit. That's a 1v1. Cuts with this entry. It's been very tough to get this rotation back down in the J-Hall, but don't focus on that down to ramp. It's Max that has already sprinted in this way. And if Cuts goes down with the bomb in this back, then you better ice this one out, son. It is 2 HP left up on Duploni, and he has nowhere to go. And that might just end his fate through. It was down. Was that really a via the contact?
I don't think he died to the contact, but it did hit him, and then he died to the explosion after the fact. And if it wasn't the case, very close. 5 chances for 9Z. Put the finishing touches on it. Here's that fast upper play. You've been asking for it, Mark.
Let's see if it will take the charts. These flashes, they're so damn good. This may continue to actually be a bit of a threat, but Martinez, he has one chipping back through, but I mean, this isn't such a clear path back for the Spaniard. It's a Molotov put up, and it's a smoke that's going to be in the back of Hut that Cuts is going to be testing, and now just going to be caught. They're going to go on this. The Romanian decked, and now it's all on to the Spaniard alone. Shouldn't be at heaven, but is. Dive to the floor, and Martinez would have to go and actually shimmer lighter than Dinoco. And a round like that on the A site where Dinoco had so much success on the first half, it's not happening. It's 8 for Flamengo.
Regardless, those 4 kills from Dinoco, critical. They go back again. They want to try this once more. A little bit different, though, because 9Z are not so committed to the site. Doesn't change the fact that Huaso Peak goes down uncontested.
Another easy grab to A. I say check the temperature on this, see what the vibe is like, and, you know, decide if this is one that's actually worth going for. Now it is. Now this isn't a debate. This doesn't have to actually be too far within cooperation to exactly what's to come at mini. Why does this look so awkward for 9Z? Yeah. This is going to be a tough go about it. Martinez, even in the way they're in a 4 versus 2, they can still lose this, but it's all alone. I think when I prompt up a bit of a fairy tale here, though, within this kingdom, it is the crown of Group A that will land softly onto 9Z. There's one more part about this slot. Flamengo are going to have to see